everyone, I'm Vamika. I am the brand manager for Vim. I handle liquids and innovations, and I'm here to talk to you guys about early careers at HUL and also reveal some advice along the way, so stay tuned. Definitely more confident, more patient, and is able to trust her gut better. So I was really clear that I wanted to do marketing and it had to be HUL. So I cracked the internship interview and I had my ULIP journey here at HUL, post which I got a PPO luckily, and that's how I landed up here in the UFLP program, and now I'm a brand manager. My coach told me this, that your career is a marathon and not a sprint, so be patient. So FMCG is a very exciting space to be. Number one is I'm the kind of person who really likes to see the impact of what I do. So I need to see the tangible result of the thought I've put in, the work I've done, the time and resources I've put. And FMCG is one space where I can literally see that, where maybe the thought that I put in resulted in a new innovation, or an ad playing on TV, hey, that's mine, or even tactical actions where my brand has gained market share. Seeing that instant gratification is something that motivates me, and hence FMCG was the space to be. Number two is that everyone uses FMCG, right? Like everyone washes dishes, everyone uses shampoo, everyone drinks chai. So it's just such a relatable space to be in. So when you're working on something day in, day out, it's just more enjoyable to do something that you relate with. And the last thing is that I studied economics in my undergrad, and I think FMCG is truly the backbone of the economy. It's one place where you can really see the macro and micro of things, because when I read in the news about inflation, or I read about some supply shock that has led to crude prices going down, I can see the actual impact of that on my P&L. I can talk to consumers and see how they are perceiving prices these days. I can see them cut grammage, or in good times make impulse purchases. So I find that truly inspiring and motivating. To be so close to the ground reality and know what's happening in the country is something that I really find enriching. Okay, so right after B School, I started the UFLP program at HUL. So this is basically a one-year program where you do different stints across functions. So there's a sales stint, a brand stint, a digital stint, customer marketing, so everything that HUL has to offer. So it's kind of like a comfortable 1 year where you get a view into what HUL does. After I completed my UFLP program, I was selected to be part of the brand Vim, and that's how I became the brand manager, and now I handle liquids and all future innovations, and that's been my journey so far. So my job involves a lot of travel, a lot of consumer work, and then putting all of that together to generate the right strategy for Vim. So in my first year, in fact, I got a chance to travel all across the country. I have done temple visits in Tamil Nadu, to eat in all kinds of food in Kerala, gone to West Bengal, Delhi, Amritsar, and whatnot. So that was really all of the research that goes into designing a mix for the brand. After all of that consumer work, you think deeply about whatever you've learned from the research and then put that into action. That's the strategy part of things. So once all the research is over, I get to decide what the product launch should be, what innovation should I launch for the consumer, how can I improve the current product that we have, any changes that I want to make in packaging, and finally my favorite part, which is making communication. So after the consumer work, you write up a brief, you talk with agencies and actually make the ad that goes live on TV. So that's largely what I do. I think HUL looks for three qualities. One is be curious. You should really have that passion to understand the world and people. Number two is a sense of ownership, because very early on you're given a really huge responsibility. Either you're an ASM and you're handling the sales of an entire area, you're leading a team of more than like 40 people, or you're handling a brand where you're responsible for the P&L of the brand, and hence having that sense of ownership is really important. And the last thing would just be authenticity. Bring yourself to work. I think that sums it up. I think UFLP is a very unique program because it really eases you into the corporate life. You're not thrown into the deep sea with corporate pressures right after B school. You're given a year to understand the industry, understand the company you have joined, and the whole 1-year training program gives you 2 valuable lessons. Number 1 is you understand all the functions and all the opportunities that HUL has to offer. You understand how such a big company really works, what are the different functions all about, and that helps you generate an appreciation for all stakeholders within the company. And number 2, which is incredibly important, is that it gives you an insight into yourself. You understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what kind of function do you really like, where would you really thrive, and that helps you enter into the corporate life with just much more confidence and much more knowledge to really build your path once you actually get your role and you start working. So I'm assuming that you're at a juncture in your life where you're trying to figure out what career to go ahead with. I think this is a very important decision, so take your time with it. My advice would be that try to find the intersection between 3 things. Number 1 is what you genuinely enjoy, what is something that you actually find pleasure in. Number 2 is what are your strengths, because it just makes sense to join an industry where you have an inherent advantage. And finally, what is the kind of lifestyle you want? Do you want a travel lifestyle, work-life balance, money, whatever it is, right? Because different careers and different jobs have different lifestyles that they offer. Find an intersection between these 3 to decide which career to go ahead with. It is very easy to get swayed by herd mentality at B school, but please take the time to look inside and choose a career that's perfect for you and try to just block out all the noise that exists.